What's going on, everyone? So Lakers are once again on a losing streak. I mean, they went from being 10-4 to now they are 12-11. They lost just another heartbreaker in Atlanta in the previous game. They do look to get things right and get back on track, and then do get like 5 days rest, which I do think will go a real long way. But I really do believe that the Lakers game against the Atlanta Hawks was a perfect highlighted game of something that I keep relaying. And one of the reasons why I really believe that the Lakers need kind of that third guy as much, if not more than anything, right? You look at this game against the Los Angeles Lakers, right? The Lakers scored 132 points. One, they still lost, which is a problem because lack of defense. But how did they get to 132 points? Oh, LeBron James and Anthony Davis had more points than the rest of the team combined. They put up 77 points. LeBron James had 39. Anthony Davis had 38. They also gave you half of the total rebounds in 20 total rebounds, half of the assists in 19 assists, right? Steals, I mean, you go down the list, but this is like a regular thing, game in and game out. It's LeBron James and Anthony Davis accounting for, if they don't score at least 60 collectively between the two of them, like combined, we don't even have a chance in these games. You're so reliant on these two players. It's ridiculous. Like, they are literally accounting for like half of your point total on a nightly basis. Lakers right now, because people always like look at the offense and they go, yeah, but the Lakers have such a good offense, right? We need defense. We're not an efficient offense. Not as efficient as we have early on we were, because guys were like hitting shots and stuff early on. Right? You had Connect, who was like lights out. Like, there's been stretches where we've been really good. There was a stretch where we were fourth in total offense. But even then, even in those stretches, LeBron James and Anthony Davis were still, I mean, you got to remember early on, Anthony Davis was giving you like 40 a night, right? And LeBron James early on was still giving you like 25. It wasn't that we were just like this great offensive juggernaut with all these pieces that were just torching folks. No, it was like LeBron James and Anthony Davis were great. You know, Anthony Davis is giving you MVP level numbers. LeBron James is giving you nearly triple doubles or triple doubles every night. And then, Connect would have a night, or Reeves would have a night, or Rui would have a night, or what, right? Like, now you see like D'Lo is, you never know which guy's showing up. Same thing with Austin Reeves. Same thing with Rui. Lakers are now, right now, at the time of recording this video, 13th in offense. They're averaging 113.2 points per game. They are not even a top 10 offense right now because they are so incredibly reliant on LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And so you have one of the worst defenses, not even a top 10 offense. Now, look, I do think that as the season progresses, I do still believe that they can get to a top 5, top 7 offense, just because I think, one, Connect's going to get back into a shooting. Like, right now, he's in a bad shooting zone. Eventually, he's going to be on the right side of that, right? And then, Austin Reeves is going to have good games. D'Lo, I do think, will still have good games, right? So, like, I do think the Lakers will fluctuate, and I still think that they'll be a top 5 offense, like I said, in the offseason. But they haven't been, you don't have that reliability. You don't have that guy that you can count on a nightly basis, right? You have 2 guys, and then you have, 4 others that on any given night can step up and be that other guy, right? But you don't know which guy it's going to be on which night. You don't know, is tonight Austin Reeves' night? Is tonight D'Lo's night? Is it that, right? Like, where you look at most of these teams, and it's like, yeah, sure. Like Denver, right? You know who your guys are, right? It is Jokic, it is Murray, and it is Michael Porter Jr. On any given night, yeah, sure. A Christian Brown could go off. An Aaron Gordon could go off. But night in and night out, you're counting on 3 guys, right? Like, you got Michael Porter Jr., who, year in and year out, he's usually averaging, 18 to 20 on a nightly basis. Look at Boston, right? You got Jace Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and then Kristaps Porzingis. He's kind of injury prone, but he's usually a guy that he's supposed to be that third guy, right? Yeah, on any given night, Drew Holiday or Derek White or Al Horford could go off, right? Like, go down the list. You have, same thing, OKC, right? You have SGA, you have Chet Holmgren, and then you have Jalen Williams, right? Like J-Dub, right? Like, every one of these teams has those guys. All the teams that are like real contenders all have that third guy that they can count on. That third guy on a nightly basis. From Cleveland to, the Knicks to, the Thunder. And like, it's just, you look at the Lakers and you have LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and then it's, okay, well, who else is going to step up? Is it going to be a team effort? Is it going to be Austin Reeves night? Is it going to be a Connect night? Is it going to be, a D'Lo night? Right? Like, again, I'm not saying that there's not outliers. Like a game where Dalton Connect is shooting the lights out and gives you 37. Right? Like, you're not accounting for that, right? Like, so if he's your best player on that night, that's great. Right? Like, that's a great outlier game, especially when you win those games. Right? That's huge. But on a nightly basis, besides LeBron James and Anthony Davis, who else do you have that you can count on to take the pressure off of those guys? Or if Anthony Davis has a bad night, or if LeBron James has a bad night, you lose every time. Every time. Why? Because you don't have anybody else that can pick up the slack. You don't have anyone else that you can count on a nightly basis. You don't have anyone that you can just go, okay, like this is the guy that, hey, LeBron, he looks gassed tonight. Here's the ball. Take us home, right? Handle business. Get us where we need to go. And that's the problem. That's why I push so hard. People, why do you want a Zach LaVine? Watch these games. How do you watch these games and not want a Zach LaVine? Right? Like, it would make things so much easier. It'd make the offense so much easier. It would give you the athleticism. You have guys that are quick enough to get back. It's just, again, I'm not saying Zach LaVine by himself is the cure-all, right? You need more, right? If you can get like a Zach LaVine, a Dorian Finney-Smith, and a Day'Ron Sharpe, or, Brandon Ingram just got hurt, so that's unfortunate. But, even him, I have my questions about his fit. Like, even if he was fully healthy, right? I still have questions about his fit. But he's still a guy that you can just give the ball to, and he can go get you 23. 23, 5 and 5. It's just, I just look at this Lakers team and it's just like, Austin Reeves is a good player. He's not your third option. He's not a star. He's not a superstar. He's not anything like that. He is a role player. Also, if you get a Zach LaVine or a Brandon Ingram or, one of these guys that can consistently be your third guy on a nightly basis, now Austin Reeves doesn't have to be your third guy. Right now, he's your fourth. If Austin Reeves is your fourth, fifth guy, you're probably in a much better shape. Now you're probably a serious team. Right? But when he's your third best guy, you're not good enough. He's not good enough. Not on a nightly basis. He's a great player, don't get me wrong. I'm not against trading him, but I'm not saying you trade him for a bag of chips. D'Lo, right? Like, D'Lo last year, and this is something to keep in mind. And look, I encourage you to go look this up if you disagree. D'Lo last year, as the third option, was better than Austin Reeves this year as the third option. Go look it up. You don't believe me? Go look it up. D'Angelo Russell, as the third option for the Lakers, was better last year than Austin Reeves has been this year as the third option for the Lakers. And D'Lo is essentially non-existent now. Right? Austin Reeves has actually been best in the sixth-man role. Even last year. Struggling, playing just like he was this season. He goes to the bench and immediately gets back to being the Austin Reeves that we know and love. And immediately skyrocketed to the favorite for sixth man of the year with Tim Hardaway Jr. And then what happened? He ended up going back in the starting unit and had inconsistencies the rest of the season. Same thing with Rui. I like Rui, but he slotted out of position. I don't talk as negatively about Rui as I do about Austin Reaves and D'Angelo Russell. Like, D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reaves are probably the two that I talk about the most, but part of the reason for Rui is he's out of position. Right? He is a 4 that has to play a 3. And I usually take that into account because I know he's like, you slot anybody out of position. Like, if you make Anthony Davis your 2 guard, right? Like, Anthony Davis is still probably going to look pretty good because he can just operate in the 15 range, but he's not going to look like Anthony Davis, right? Like, he's going to have his struggles, right? Because he's not a 2 guard, right? He's a center, power forward, right? Like, Rui is a 4 having to play the 3. It's weird. It's just, or if you move maybe Anthony Davis to the 3 is a better argument. Like, if Anthony Davis had to play the 3, it'd look a little awkward, look a little different, right? You'd probably be like, what's wrong with Anthony Davis? It's kind of what I feel like with Rui Hachimura. It's like, I hold him accountable, but I also factor in that, like, he is a 4 having to adjust to figure out how to play the 3. He's not going to be great on a regular basis. But even him, he has his inconsistencies. Even him, he has his issues. And it's just, I just don't think our top end guys are good enough. I think all of our top end guys, again, if D'Lo is your 4th, 5th guy, sure, you're probably a good basketball team. If Rui is your, 6th, 7th guy, you're probably a good basketball team. Or, if D'Lo or Reaves, same thing. Like, all these guys are basically up a notch, which means you're in trouble. Which is why I think you need that 3rd guy, because now guys drop a notch. You go get a LaVine, okay, well now Reaves is your 4th guy, and Connect isn't your 4th or 5th guy, he's your 6th, 7th guy. And you kind of just go down the list. And I just think that that's what the Lakers need. I really think that they need that 3rd complimentary guy. It doesn't have to be necessarily a superstar or anything, but just a guy on a nightly basis is going to give you 15, right? I know if you just, like, look up Austin Reaves, it's like, well, Austin Reaves is giving you, 17 a night or whatever. He's not doing it on a regular basis. Again, averages are averages, right? He's averaging that because there is no in between. There's no middle ground with Austin Reaves. Austin Reaves, it's either he's giving you 9 points or he's giving you 25, right? Like, and he's so reliant on free throws and all that, right? Like, again, Austin Reaves, he's giving you, on average, but you don't know. Again, you cannot with confidence tell me that Austin Reaves on any given night is going to give you 15. Like, you can't. The next time he plays, whenever that is, can you honestly say Austin Reaves is going to give me 15 tonight? No. You might think he might. You might think, like, this is good. They're playing Portland, right? Like, he'd give you 15 against Portland, but you don't know. Like, you don't have that confidence. A guy like a Zach LaVine, you're confident he's going to go give you 15. Brandon Ingram, you're confident he's going to go give you 15. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, so on and so on. You go down the list. There are guys that you are confident are going to give you 15. So that's my point, right? Austin Reaves, I'm not saying, everyone has bad nights. Everyone has, mediocre nights. But night in and night out, you do not know what Austin Reaves you're going to get. It's what you need. You need that guy where night in and night out, okay, this guy, 9 out of 10 games is going to give you, 15 plus. Rather than Austin Reaves where it's like 5 out of 10 games, he's going to give you 25 plus, right? Or whatever, right? I'd rather have the guy that you can count on a nightly basis than the guy like, okay, tonight he's going to give you 20, but tomorrow he's going to give you 4, right? Like, that's the difference. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Best question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Kind of mixed in the middle? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos. I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.